In the Scripps News Laboratory, journalism students learn how to create content for different online platforms with the help of Michele Day. An accomplished journalist and instructor at NKU, Michele was editor of her college newspaper and a reporter and editor for the Kentucky Post. During the academic year, she teaches journalism courses and is the faculty advisor for the campus newspaper, The Northerner. In the summer, Michele works with some of our best students in media informatics, electronic media, and journalism, holding a digital journalism camp for high school students throughout the region. At last year's camp, one of her guests, an experienced journalist, noted, "There's not a journalism camp between Atlanta and Detroit that's as good as COI's journalism camp, and this informatics-tinged camp may be even more current than the journalism camps in Atlanta and Detroit."
Hi. I like to tell my students that I know the secret to success in just about anything that they want to do. You see, I'm a journalist, so I think the secret to success is simple. Think like a journalist. So, I mean, no disrespect to my colleagues here in other disciplines, but today I want to tell you how thinking like a journalist led to the creation and ultimately the success of a journalism workshop for high school students. We started thinking like journalists way back in 2007 when we started coming up with the idea. I didn't know a lot about high school journalism then, but as a journalist, I knew how to research. And so that's what I did. I started looking into things. And what I found was that there are a lot of high school journalism programs out there, but most of them were like the one that I went to way back when I was a teenager. They were newspaper camps. We decided that our camp would have a new angle, online journalism. So we sent our students out and we wanted them to be multimedia reporters, and we were going to publish our work on the web. So we broke the story, so to speak, in 2008 with our first journalism workshop. And we found an audience. We brought students in from Mason, Ohio, all the way to Gallatin County, Kentucky, and everywhere in between. And when we got them here, we wanted them to think like journalists too. So we know that reporters, they do their best work when they get out of the newsroom and they go out and they start talking to people. So in academia, we call that active learning. You learn by doing. In journalism, we call it pounding the pavement. So over the years, we've pounded a lot of pavement here at NKU. We've gone out in search of news and knowledge, and we've learned so much. We've taught the high school students audio skills by having them do sound bites with baseball players at NKU's team. We've taught them video angles by having them shoot close-ups of the rare plants at the herbarium. We've taught them to ask probing questions while interviewing scientists and actors and authors, coaches, even a few NKU administrators. And we've also learned something else. We found that thinking like a journalist also means teaching others what you've learned. So over the years, we've really built on that, and we've started expanding the roles that the NKU students play as part of the workshop. They are multimedia reporters, and they're also teachers for the workshop. What do I mean by that? Well, we have journalism students who blog and they tweet about what all is going on. At the same time, they're helping the high school students edit their stories. We have electronic media students who are out there shooting videos of all of the events. At the same time, they're teaching the students about the principle of the rule of thirds. And then we have these wonderful media informatics students who design our websites. And then they answer all the technical questions for the high school students and for me, who seems to have the most. It's worked so well on so many levels. I wish I had more than 3 minutes to tell you about it. But one of the highlights for me came last summer when I was reading the comments of the NKU students. One student wrote that over the years at NKU, she had learned a lot of valuable skills, but she hadn't had as many opportunities to apply those as she has hoped, and until the workshop. And then she wrote in conclusion, she said, "I finally feel like I'm accomplishing more than completing a project for a grade." I do believe she's thinking like a journalist. Thank you.